This episode is sponsored by Ascend Media. If you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, or business decision maker who wants more clients and customers to get to know, like, and trust you, call Ascend Media and let them show you how you can create a magnetic authority presence online everywhere and take your business and personal brand to the next level through podcasts, videos, social media strategies, and syndicating your authoritative message everywhere. Ascend, authority syndication. Position yourself to be recognized as the go-to leader of your industry. So many people I've met over the last several years, and many of the people I've coached have had challenges charging $1,000 or $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 for their services. As a matter of fact, many of them are giving their magic away for $47 or $197, or literally giving it away for free. That was me. Welcome to the Preeminence Podcast.
You cannot be a courageous leader if you're not vulnerable.
Your legacy is every life you've touched.
The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards.
And now is the time to take risk.
The way it's always been done isn't necessarily the way it should be done.
What is your dream? What do you think 2050, 2100 is going to look like?
The most incredible sort of mystery, I think, is now the question of what comes next.
Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Welcome to the Preeminence Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters. Visit preeminence.tv to learn more about how to create a preeminent presence for your business, organization, or personal brand. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or just ask Alexa to play the Preeminence Podcast. So many people I've met over the last several years, and many of the people I've coached have had challenges charging $1,000 or $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 for their services. As a matter of fact, many of them are giving their magic away for $47 or $197, or literally giving it away for free. That was me. I thought I'd love doing it, and I get paid, and the connection with people and the satisfaction from seeing the light bulb go on in people's lives and seeing that transformation, and they get relief from that pain they had. They move on and move up in their life. That was my payment. These weren't just close friends. These are people who I didn't really know. I'd never met them. They just messaged me on Facebook and were introduced to me by a mutual friend. They asked me for some help, and I would drop what I was doing, and for the next hour or 2 or even 3 hours, I'd help them over the phone, making screen capture videos for them, walking them through software, or I'd make a video for them, teach them how to shoot videos or how to choose microphones, all kinds of things. And I wouldn't charge anything for it. I was selling my programs for $47, $97. I literally couldn't even make a living. In 2011, I made like $24,000 from my low ticket programs. People would buy them online. And you know what? Guess how many people completed my programs? You know, I had great testimonials. The testimonials were Matthew's such a nice guy, and Matthew has his material so well videoed and it's so well organized. But did people actually complete it? No, they didn't. Hardly anybody did. Why is that? They weren't invested. They didn't give enough in order for them to feel like this is something they actually needed to do. There's very little leverage. It was many times couch money. It's like, oh, cool, I got his fire sale for $47 or $97. Now that I've got it, I'll get to it sometime. And so many of us have done that. You know, we've purchased programs and saying, cool, I've got that now, I'll get to it later. When you're not invested, when you get things for free, you don't really value it. How many times have you received something for free, or you give something to a friend or to one of your children for free, and they really don't value it? You see, they don't value it because we didn't put any value on it ourselves. We're giving away our gift, our magic. But let me ask you this. What if a stranger came up to you and asked you to pack up their 4-bedroom house and move it, and they just needed, you for the next couple hours, or they need you to clean out a cow barn in 100-degree heat, or peel 300 potatoes for a big feast? Would you do that for free? Maybe if it was for a good cause, but just somebody out of the blue, they're going to use it for their business. They're going to charge people for it. That's what I was doing. People were charging for the things I was helping them with, but I wasn't charging them for the things I was doing for them. I really had such low self-esteem and such low value of what I did because I enjoyed it. I figured if I enjoy it, I'm getting paid by just seeing people happy. I'm getting paid by connecting with people. I'm not in front of the computer just typing in this digital world. I'm actually connecting with a real person. Have you thought about having a podcast of your own, spreading your message in an authoritative way, connecting with people week after week, them getting to know, like, and trust you? I'm helping entrepreneurs just like you create a podcast of their own with the help of my team and I, so you can launch a successful podcast that puts you in the best light and gets your prospects reaching out to you right out of the gate. If you haven't started a podcast yet on your own, chances are you won't do it without the help of someone who knows what they're doing and has experience of producing over 200 podcasts and topics from business to spirituality to the future of leadership to teas of the world and everything in between. Just go to ascend.net/LYPN. Ascend, ASYND.net/LYPN for launch your podcast now. That's ascend.net/LYPN. But aren't you helping them? Aren't you using your gift of strength, your care, maybe your organization, when you're helping people move their home or clean out a barn or peel 100 or 300 potatoes? Aren't you using your gifts there, your gifts of strength? It wasn't until a coach had me consider that when I'm giving my time away for free, I'm actually stealing from my family. That hit me really hard because I love my family and my kids, and I loathe the song Cats in the Cradle because I never wanted that to be me. And in some ways it was me as a kid, and my dad always working on the farm. And I thank my dad so much for teaching me that hard work is honorable. You know, we don't escape hard work. We don't try to live a chill lifestyle. You know, we do the hard work and we keep at it every day. He did it 7 days a week working on the farm. And that was going to be my life too. But he gave me a choice. In 1986, I was in 6th grade, and he says, "Do you want to be a farmer?" And I said, "No." I said, "Okay, I'm going to sell the farm." And so I was given that option where he felt with his loyalty to his family, he didn't have that option. But you see, I didn't want to lose that time with my family. It meant so much to me that there was a pain associated now with me giving away my time for free. I had to promise myself and my family that I wasn't going to be giving my time away for free anymore. Matter of fact, the things that you love the most, you should charge the most for, because you're giving so much of yourself, so much of your interest and your passion and your love for people and seeing them benefit from your love of your passion, of your life's work, your mission. The thing that you do like that, that's where you're going to have the massive impact. If you have this incredible ability to speak on stage and move people, yet you want to take that same amount of time and do dishes at your church, you know, what if you could be giving another speech? What if you could be writing another speech? What if you could be spending that time with your family in downtime so you'll have the energy and you'll have that inspiration to give that next speech? You know, I grew up on that farm, and one of my first jobs after being on the farm was being a custodian. And I don't really talk about this much, but I was a custodian for 9 years. I started in, I think it was 7th or 8th grade, and I cleaned a child care center, and they had over 100 kids there, and cleaned 3 buildings 3 times a week. And, you know, I learned that no job is beneath me. But because no job is beneath me doesn't mean it's my job. And in your business, there's stuff you're doing right now that is not your job. Your passion is where you need to be. You don't need to be, it's great to write emails. It's great to learn how to run a Facebook ad. It's great to learn how to do your first podcast. It's great to learn how to shoot your own video and how to light it. Do enough of that so you can get started and then hire people with the money that you make doing your one thing, your passion, the thing that you came here on this earth to do. Take some of that money and hire people to do their one thing that they came here to do and work and partner with you. See, we're giving our time away when we say, well, I can only charge $197. Or I just bought a bracelet for $6. And that same bracelet, if I would have got it in Vegas at a high-end jewelry store, it would have probably been at least $50. But it's that same mentality. While I really enjoy doing these bracelets, I'm just going to, I get these rocks and I polish them and I get these pieces of metal and leather and I put this together. And, I enjoy doing it. I just do this for the fun of it. Well, if you were to learn a little bit more about your marketing and change how you package your product, you probably charge 3, 4, 5 times as much. But we're giving our time away. And I'll tell you right now, having faced being in a serious accident, multiple serious accidents and car accidents, we're talking about that too. Life is short. You really have no idea how much time you have. And so for you to be giving your time away, living just over poverty, if you're making $100,000 a year or less, you're really living in poverty. How are you going to save enough money away? How are you going to invest enough money to retire in this world that we're in today? If you're going to work until 65 and then think you're going to live to 95, 30 years not working, you got to be charging for what your value you bring into this world right now. Stop giving away your gift, your passion, your strengths for free. It's ridiculous. You think because this is, I want to just give of myself. This is my ministry. And being in the church, I really felt like if anybody in church asked me for something, well, I should give that as my ministry. Give that away for free. Even though I spent literally weeks on shooting and editing video for a family at our church, when I was done with it, I said, just give whatever you think is the right amount to this charity. Man, that was screwed up. That was screwed up thinking. I was living in poverty, and then I was doing things for free, not providing for my family, giving it away for free. Giving myself away for free. And guess how much they value that? Matthew's really good at this. It must take him a few minutes. Maybe he took a couple hours on this. He must be really fast because he's really good at this and he's not charging anything for it. So it must be something he did on his spare time. No, that's what I did as my full-time job, and I was creating that because I wanted to do something beautiful for God and for those people. And in the process, I didn't charge anything for it. I said, just give it to this ministry. And then people will call me up and I just give myself away to them too. But when I was cleaning toilets, when I was cleaning up all the floors and the tables and spraying things down to disinfect everything for the little kids that were going to be at the childcare center, I did my best then and I got paid for it. Why did I demand payment for that, but not payment for the things I love doing? Maybe because I want to do more of those things. And I figured, well, if I charge a lot of money for that, whatever I considered a lot, then I'd have fewer people to serve in that way. And I want more of that feeling. What are you doing for very little right now because you just are so attached to that feeling that you're not charging what you need to be in order to provide for yourself, for your family, and for your future? Like I said, if you're not making at least $100,000 in the United States per year right now and you're part of a family, you're not making enough to retire. From 65 to 95, if you live longer than that, where's this money going to come from? Universal income? They may do that, but do you want to be relying on that now? So when I gave away my time and equaled that to stealing from my family, that was a game changer for me. I was not going to do that again. I want you to do something for me. I want you to start charging more for the things you enjoy the most. Do this because you will give the most of yourself when you are in fulfillment, when you are on mission, and when you're in a space of joy in your service. And when you begin valuing your time, others will too. Those who want your genius for free are taking advantage of your unwillingness to charge. They're taking advantage of you giving of your stuff for free. If someone's just handing out $100 bills at the corner, would you take them? How many would you take? Until it's like, I don't know when they're going to realize they're giving out $100 bills. They don't value it. I value it. Thank you. And now I'm going to resell this. So your action step for today, if you choose to take it, is to start charging more for the things you love the most. The things you enjoy, the things you could start working on right now, and for the next 6 hours, be working on that one thing, not get up, not go have to use the bathroom, not have to go get something to eat, just work on that for 6 hours. And when you're done with it, you feel great about yourself. You completed something, and you have as much, if not more energy when you're done with the task than when you started. That is your passion. Get paid the most for that, because that is the sweet spot. That is where you're going to thrive. Don't starve yourself doing your passion. If you love photography and you give that away and you work at a bank and you hate working at the bank, but photography is your outlet, take the time to figure out how you can charge for your photography or whatever you love. There are people out there right now, hundreds if not thousands of people doing what you love and charging really well for it. You can do that too. Take the time to figure out how to do that. Whatever you choose to pursue mastery in, to become preeminent over the course of your life, start focusing on that and start charging what you want to charge so you can have a brilliant and beautiful life and future of finance for you and for your family.
Thank you for listening to the Preeminence Podcast. Subscribe to hear powerful interviews and insights each week automatically downloaded the moment they go live. Share this episode with your team, your friends, and post it on social media. Let us know your comments and suggestions for the show at m@ascend.net. That's the letter M @ASYND.net.